Welcome, everybody. This is episode 226, and we're going to be talking today about allocating UX resources. Now, resources can feel like a bit of a cold word. We're really talking about the people, your researchers, your designers, your content strategists, and other UX roles. Hello, Ana Lucia. So today I'm going to be reading my article on this topic, and then we'll open it up for some questions and comments from anybody who's here live. So with that being said, let me get ready to share my screen, but I just realized I don't have everything closed that I should have closed. All right, let's press this button and see how it looks. All right, here's me and here's the chat room. Blippy, you say? I'm sorry about that. You're right. This does look a little blippy. I will do my best. This is being recorded. If the live version stinks, I'll put up the recorded version tomorrow. That does look a little blippy. Well, we'll try it anyway. So this is, you can find this article on Medium. So you can find it by Googling R before D, which is the name of our Medium publication. And the name of the article is Allocate UX Resources to Where They Are Appreciated. And it goes a little like this. I don't know of, nor have I ever heard of, a single CX or UX researcher or designer who is not spread too thin and overworked. There are just too many teams and projects looking for what they do. We allocate a single individual to multiple projects, which often means that multiple projects are dissatisfied with UX practitioners they think are too slow or inattentive. At the same time, practitioners are usually on at least one team that doesn't seem to value them at all. Product managers block researchers from the time and resources they need to do good work and answer questions critical to the project. Engineers are building without waiting for evidence from researchers. Sometimes they code without waiting for designers. Engineers will make design decisions themselves. Research isn't appreciated. The team is sure it doesn't need to be done. We'll learn way later if our assumptions were correct. Designers aren't empowered to find or solve problems. They're a Figma pair of hands told to create someone else's solution or idea. If there is a CX or UX leader, they often think that these unappreciative teams are the best places for UX practitioners. The leader believes that since these teams really need great CX and UX work, we'll be able to prove the value of UX work. These will be great internal case studies later. But this is often a fantasy. It's extremely difficult to prove the value of something the team does not value. We can tell from how others talk about CX and UX work and practitioners how little they understand or value them. I worked at companies where the project team or its leader had pre-decided that there was nothing that research could tell us. Both generative and evaluative research had no value because there isn't anything that we could learn. We already know everything about our users, and we are confident in our great ideas and solutions. You can place researchers on that team, but they are unlikely to be included, appreciated, listened to, etc. I've seen those teams or leaders cherry pick the research insights that made the design or idea sound good and ignore the insights and suggestions indicating even high priority changes to the design or idea. Allocate CX and UX away from these teams. My strategic suggestion might seem controversial, but I recommend that you remove CX and UX practitioners from these teams and allocate them where they will be better utilized and appreciated. Move CX and UX practitioners to another team when 1. You're unlikely to convince the teammate, stakeholder, or leader in love with their own ideas that we should make time for research. 2, you are unlikely to convince the product manager who wants to do their own good or bad research their own way, that professional researchers should be given time and resources to run the correct study for our open questions. 3. Engineers are building and not waiting for research, or sometimes design. 4. We're working from opinions, guesses, and assumptions because we think we know our users and research can't teach us anything new. 5. You are unlikely to convince the non-UX teammate making their own Figma prototype that we should allow qualified designers to find and solve problems. And 6. You realize that resistant teams and projects will not be the CX or UX case studies you hoped for. You will not be able to show the value of CX or UX work if that work is being blocked or ignored. But what if teams fail without any UX on them? I'm okay with that. They may learn more about the value of UX when UX is gone. Perhaps they'll be even more sure that they didn't need UX. It's a risk in both directions, but it has to be better than the ugly situations some UX practitioners are in when they're left on these teams. It's okay to say no to coaching others to do UX work. It's okay to reallocate UX resources and not look over a PM's research or an engineer's UX designs. Unless your job description said you're more of a coach than a player, you expected to do your own work yourself. Try to move to a team that will support that. Try to move to a team that will let you have the work experience that matches your job description. CX and UX practitioners left on toxic teams often face morale, if not mental health, issues. They are constantly treated as unnecessary, obstacles to progress, and easy to circumvent or exclude. They're given too much work while being told they're the problem. They're slow, not agile, not lean. They are sometimes asked to explain their value or the purpose of their job. They got the job, but nobody seems to understand what they do or why they're there. These teams often send clear and consistent messages that these CX and UX practitioners are unwelcome. CX and UX requests and processes are a burden. This team has it under control because anybody can do research or design, and our company isn't too invested in how well they got it done. Don't keep a researcher on a team that thinks they're too slow, too expensive, or won't use the insights anyway. There's nearly always another team requesting more CX or UX resources or work. There's usually another team that had more and better evidence, data, and knowledge to make better decisions. There's a team that wants to be smarter and more strategic, less risky. They want to identify, reduce, or remove risk by having better evidence around people, contexts, and systems. Faster by working from great research and design and not slow cycles of guesses. There's a team that wants to be more customer-centric or user-focused. A team that understands target audiences better before creating solutions that will best serve those audiences. Create better value and quality in the eyes of customers and users. Accountable for customer and user outcomes and not just business metrics. Move your CX and UX practitioners to these teams. Allow the other teams to do whatever they've decided they will do anyway. You don't have to allocate UX to those teams. If they're sure that they can research and or design as well as or better than specialized professionals, let them. If they change their mind later, you can always consider reallocating specialized professionals to this team. But while a team is sure they don't need or want UX staff, their work, or processes, don't force UX on them. They're confident they don't need UX. Let them work with studies by working with teams who are hungry for good CX and UX work. The team that wants the right research done well And strong and professional design work will make a great case study to show others in the company. You'll be able to show how 1. Research insights helped the team immediately make better decisions. 2. Research insights helped us identify, reduce, or eliminate risk. 3. Research insights allowed the team to work from good evidence instead of opinions, guesses, and assumptions. 4. Cycles of research, design, and iteration before engineering writes code. Ooh, that's spelled wrong. Gotta write that down. Saved us days, if that's what happens when you dictate, saved us days, if not sprints, of building flawed solutions. We worked out our UX bugs during the UX process versus burning time and money on rushing out garbage and pretending we'll fix it later. Teams correctly utilizing CX and UX have more reasonable KPIs, including how our customers and users perceive their success. Business KPIs are important, but we must also measure the elements and experiences that create and improve customer satisfaction. And finally, you'll be able to show how we are more likely to have the adoption, satisfaction, retention, and growth that our company is looking for when we are better at meeting or exceeding customers' expectations and unmet needs. Okay, it looks like we're not blipping. Okay, now we are blipping. Geez, I spoke too soon. Well, hopefully we are still live. You can let me know if I am still live. And thanks to everybody who stuck with me through that. If you have any comments or questions, I am monitoring the chat room, so let me know if you're agreeing, disagreeing, have a question, have a challenge. All of these are welcome. But I know my stream is blipping right now, so you might not be able to post that to me. So if you're watching this video later on YouTube and you have a comment, question, challenge, agreement, disagreement, please put it in the comments. That will absolutely help us in the algorithm. And if you like the article, give us a thumbs up for like as well. So I am going to take a quick check and see if we are still online. If not, we can certainly wind down the stream and the recording. I think we might be live. Let's see. Well, in case we're still live, thanks to everybody who joined. I'm not sure if we're still live, so I'll make sure to put up this recording tomorrow. It'll probably be in much better shape than the blippy stream version. So thanks to everybody